right, live from Studio 6B on a Wednesday night, 8 p.m. on the East Coast. Real America's Voice. Glad you're in. If you're watching on social media, make sure you smash the like, hit the thumbs up, hit the heart, share, like, comment, whatever you can do. Make sure you subscribe to the channels as well. YouTube, Kick, Facebook, X, Getter. All at LFS6B, at Real AM Voice. If you're watching on Real America's Voice channels as well, make sure you subscribe to the channels. Welcome on in on what will be a busy Wednesday night. Lots to talk about. Slick Rick's going to do sports. Rick Delgado's got the news. Slickster, how are you?
I'm doing good. Big D, what's happening?
Not much. How was your day?
Good day. Busy,
Yeah.
but good. Yep.
Okay, very good. Mr. Delgado, how are you?
I'm fighting with someone in the chat. Hold on. Okay.
right.
You tell them to
Doing
buzz
well.
off.
Doing well. I didn't light
Fighting
anything on
30
fire.
seconds in. 1 minute into the show, you're fighting with someone in the chat about what?
I don't know. Did you say something? Anyhow, I had a good day. I did not set anything on fire.
That's too bad. Most
I know.
of yourself.
Hey, yeah, just a good day.
Okay, very good.
How about you?
So, I don't know. My day
doesn't
was
matter.
fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's just, talking to myself. Yeah, this is what I do. I sit in my office in the studio, and I've got all the screens on of everything. And if someone from the outside ever watched me during the day, they would think I need to be in a home in a padded room or something, because I end up I'm talking either to myself or screaming at the TV, and there's no one around to listen.
It's kind of like this show.
I get so frustrated with what I see on TV, why you despise the media, why I despise the media. I see Andy, Mr. 9-0 at the Supreme Court overturned Weitzman on MSNBC. Makes me want to puke. Watching him today. Why are you watching that, Damon? Well, I watch everything. I put them all up so I know what everybody's talking about. Oh, Judge Merchan, he's so great. I got a man crush on him. He's so just...
Oh, my God. You saw that one?
God.
Oh.
I'll tell you what I found myself thinking most of the day today as I was watching. We knew these jury instructions. I don't think anyone could have imagined that we were going to get this. And who could have dreamt this up? You can mix and match different crimes now? You have a mix and match. They're going to go deliberate in separate rooms or separate groups, I heard. Do I have this right?
It sounds
And
almost correct.
They don't have to have unanimity in what the... what are we doing here? This is such an embarrassment. At this point, it's not even necessarily about what they're doing to Trump. That's like a vertical of it. What they're doing to the rule of law, what they're doing to our justice system, the precedent that they're laying that you can just put a black robe on and then go, what are the consequences for this judge if we have one person with enough common sense and bravery on this jury to say no? No, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I don't even know what the underlying crime is. I don't even know. What is, if he's not guilty or it's a hung jury? Now, a hung jury, I heard someone today make the case, and I didn't think about this, could actually be the worst scenario.
In what respect?
Well, because this will take them off the campaign trail for another 8 weeks because they won't have to go through do all the stuff they did. All they'll have to do is resit a jury, and then we'll be right back into this for another 8 weeks or whatever it'll be. And
right, but it's not an automatic, we're going to start next week.
Oh, it's pretty close to that from the way this attorney described it. It's pretty damn close to that. But I'll tell you what I kept. So it's more about this judge just gets to get away with this. He just gets to get away with this no matter what the outcome is. This is what they get to do. They get to throw the black robe on, go up there, be in cahoots with the prosecution. Clearly in the tank here for them all the way through. As President Trump said today, Mother Teresa couldn't beat these charges at this point with this judge and this prosecutor. We all know Alvin Bragg has way more on this. This is way more important to him than it is to President Trump. This, for President Trump, will not change one single person's opinion or vote. Not one. If anything, it'll make it stronger and secure probably more. I see people on social media. I don't like this guy. I don't want him anywhere near the White House. But I also can tell you that I think this is absolutely bat-you-know-what crazy that his political opponent is charging him with a crime that they can't even describe what it is. So you're getting that as well. But the overall thing I kept finding myself saying today is that no matter what happens, November 5th is the only jury that matters. No matter what happens, November 5th is the only jury that matters. It is the end-all, be-all. We have to go win. And it's becoming more than just we have to go win for him. Yes, he's the end result of the win. But it's like, are we going to go save it's really coming, it's becoming so black and white because of what they're doing. The lengths they're going to destroy everything about the country that we all grew up in and loved and understood and knew.
Yeah.
Are we going to go save the country? And yes, obviously, in the end, he's the result of that vote. But it's a vote that's even bigger than him at this point, given what's going on in this country. The absolute tyranny that we are all witness to right now, like we have never seen and probably never thought we would see from one of the political parties in this country. And then the length they're going to is where we're at. And so, that's really what I found myself most of the day thinking, you know what, November's coming. November's coming, and we have to go on offense. We have to win. And we have to act and push like we're behind. I don't care what the polls say. I don't care what the percentage of the black vote we think he's going to get. I don't care what states we think he's. We have to act like we're behind. We have to go win this thing in November. That is the ultimate end-all, be-all jury.
Yeah, basically, because if it gets stolen again, and let's face it, this is what we believe. We've seen enough of the evidence. The juries won't. The judges won't look at the evidence. That's okay. No worry. We all know. We know. It's okay. We know. We're making it through. We're going to right the wrong. But if for some reason the unthinkable happens, and who knows, maybe it'll be, oh, wow, we've got to respond to an attack, and well, now I'm going to suspend the election because, well, we can't have elections when we're under attack. Don't be surprised if you see something like that coming down the pike. I mean, think of the lengths that they would go to, that they've already shown. The left has already shown that they will go to. They will trash every part of the Constitution, throw everything out, and burn it to the ground if they have to, just to make sure that they can hold on to power. And once they have that power, they're going to try to solidify that power and make sure it can never leave their grips again. So what do you think they're going to do? They're going to do everything possible. Will they go that extra step? I don't know. Have they been willing to go that extra? Every time we say, I don't know about that one. I don't know if they go that far. We get surprised, or maybe we're not surprised because we see how far they're actually willing to go. And by that, I'm talking about the left, the people that are unelected, and some of them are elected, but mostly they're unelected, who see this president, who see Donald Trump and his ascension and his campaign, where it's now growing to include people they never thought he could get. It's starting to make them freak out even more. And you're starting to see more reactions to it. I mean, you look across the landscape, the electorate now that supports Donald Trump is way more vast than it used to be. And they know it. And they don't know what to do. And they can't stop it. So if you don't think there's going to be more hijinks between now and November 5th, well, then go stick your head back in the sand and play with your Barbie dolls, because this is real world stuff we're talking about now. These people are nuts. They are absolute nuts. And it's that entrenched class of DC operatives that they have their jobs. They don't want to lose it. They'll do whatever they have to do. They'll push whatever the buttons they have to. They'll lie however they have to lie to make sure that their gravy train stays just the way it is. Because let's face it, when it comes to government, what do we see from government every year? The budget goes up, right? The spending goes up. Why does it go up? Well, because they got to create more government. How do you make yourself safer? You put more people around you to make yourself safer. So they keep growing the government till it becomes this behemoth. It's like, well, you need us now, and we're going to need more of your money to make sure that you need us, and we're going to show you that we can do everything. But you have to need us. It's just a disgusting perversion of what this government is supposed to be like. So I don't know. I'm afraid for some of the tactics that they're going to use moving forward, especially throughout the summer.
Yeah.
Because if you don't think you're going to see some Antifa antics over the summer, again, go stick your head in the sand, go play with the Barbie dolls, and we'll let you know when to come out when everything is safe. But that's just me.
Well,
I could be crazy.
What do you?
Shut up, Damon.
What do you mean? So no. Let's dig a little deeper into that. So Antifa antics. What's the driver of that?
What's the driver? It could be anything. Oh, they're gonna. Oh my goodness! Look, they could set up. They could set up a false flag situation where they latch onto something and be like, oh, look, this is what happens when the right goes crazy. They can blame it on anything. Every time they have a mass shooting, what do they say? Oh, some conservative right-wing, Christian right-wing, blah, blah, blah. And we find out it's a tranny shooter. The last couple mass shootings, trans shooters. Why is that happening? I don't know. Maybe you should ask the people that control these trans shooters. Maybe you should ask them, see what's going on. Why are they hiding the dossier from the one that happened in Nashville? Why? Because they don't want you to know what these people are about and who they're attached to. I'm telling you. I don't know. Like I said, maybe it has to do with the Challenger disaster. I don't know. I don't believe anything anymore.
Challenger disaster.
Yeah, I saw something like that online today.
January 28th, 1986, right? I think it was about 86, 87.
So a bunch of stuff on the judge today and these instructions, which we thought would be pretty poisonous. But, I mean, getting to where we're at now, it just seems the idea that the jury doesn't have to be unanimous in they can just mix and match this instructions he gave them seems almost too hard to even comprehend that this is what other case is this ever the jury doesn't have to be unanimous. Can anyone think of one?
I think in civil cases,
isn't there Supreme Court precedent that it has to be unanimous?
I know civil cases you don't need a unanimous, but that's because it's a civil case. For criminal cases, it has to be beyond a reasonable doubt.
All right, 13 past the hour, just getting started live from Studio 6B. Are we live on socials?
I think so.
All right. Let me pull up the. Let's pull up the. Where's my stream stuff here? What's going on, everybody?
Let's see.
Pull up the chat here in all 4 streams.
Do you find it easy?
Damon, if it's a mistrial, can the Trump lawyers request a new judge? I don't know about that, how that works, about the judge.
I believe they do get a new judge. Because again, and they brought up that point with the judge. It's like, how did this judge, who's not even like on the list of judges, He's an acting judge.
He's gotten everybody.
He's gotten all the Trump, all the Trump stuff.
No, I'm sure it's just
it's just a luck of the draw.
just chance. Yeah, happenstance. Let's see. Moon Pie, we're here. That's all that matters, Big D. Yes, it is. Mao Man, hi, Damon. You do a great job. Thanks. Hi, Kathy. Bonnie Jean from Rochester, Minnesota. Hello. Karen, hello. John. Gary. Sharon on X.
She's on the X. Yeah.
Sue on YouTube. Mr. AZ Mikey on YouTube. Gordon, is Delgado even a high school graduate?
No.
Wait till the Democrat National Convention this summer. Someone will explode.
He's a
Look at your
GED.
popcorn.
There you go. Democratic National Convention.
Can't wait. We're gonna win, Rick.
Eileen on
that's where we
Facebook.
win.
Hello.
We'll give you getting on the plane.
You guys already lost. You just don't even know.
Dude,
We didn't lose.
we'll see you in the
Buzzard
sphere.
of 207.
Bring your
Hey,
credit
Damon,
card.
Rick D, and Rick A. Hello.
Bring your credit card to the sphere. We'll see you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want the ribs.
When they have to call him in as the 90 days before your thing, you guys still hold out hope. Good job.
You watch.
I will. Don't worry.
Scotty Scheffler, huh? Slip sliding away.
Yeah. Saw that coming.
Oh, come
Case
on.
was a dog.
Then I got.
There's so many chats here. I can't even keep up. Sandy, Damon, love your show. Help me see and feel that I am not. Hello. Hello.
Caitlin.
All right, 17 past the hour, live from Studio 6B. And just in the chat here, if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, make sure you hit the like button. Let's go check how many likes we have. Kick X. Make sure you share, like, comment. Kathy says, Damon, 1,000,000% correct. Everything you said. Thank you. Flo 313011 on Kick says, Kick is terrible, Damon. Where's the Rav chat on the app? Well, why is Kick terrible? I don't think Kick's terrible.
Yeah.
Laura says, hey, Big D, from, where is this from? I guess from Arkansas, looks like. Hey, guys, looking good as usual. Dean on Facebook. All right, chat's going good. A lot of people in the chat. Make sure you, again, like and subscribe at LFS6B. We've got the numbers. X is at 17,500. Like to get that to 25 or 50. Facebook, 116,000. Keeps growing, so let's get the numbers up there. We can spread the message. 18 past the hour. We'll get more into this corrupt judge and his instructions today, which is basically, listen, all you need to do is find him guilty. I don't care how you do it.
Right.
I don't care what you do it on. Just find him guilty, and we'll worry about everything else later because I've opened up appeal probably 9 million directions in this case, but who cares? I'll be gone. I'll have a big book deal by then. I'll be on MSNBC as a contributing editor or whatever.
Right. Legal expert.
Legal analyst. I'll be on MSNBC. I'll have my book. Well, I'll be on a speaking tour as the one judge who could get just get him, because that's what we've been trying to do since 2016. Get him. We just got to get him. It doesn't matter how. So I'll be the guy. I'll be out of here. And the appeals will be after November. So get the party favors, baby. By tomorrow, we'll have this thing. What's he up by? 7, 8, 9 points? Well, we could pull that. We'll just pull 9 points, 10 points away from keeping him off the trail and finding the pansies out there that will say, oh, he's convicted now. I don't know if I could vote for him. That's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. The judge is not going to care that he's left this thing open for appeal 900 ways to Sunday. In Blue, New York, and go up the chain of command in Blue, New York. Good luck. We know the deal here. We've known it from the start. Just when you see it in your face, when your brass knuckles are coming at you left and right, up and down, east and west, and every other damn way. It's just hard to deal with. Don't worry about it. You three go figure out that. You three go figure out that. You three just come back with a guilty. That's what he wanted to say today. That's basically what he wanted to say.
Yeah, it's insanity.
It is.
I don't think I've ever heard of anything like that.
What did Trump call him? A kangaroo court?
Where you can get 4 guilties on one charge, 4 guilties on another charge, 4 guilties on another charge, and then he'll cobble them together and be like, look, it's
8 not
guilty.
Yeah, 4. What the other? You only 4 on that one? What the other?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. 4's good enough. What about
4
you?
is good.
That's good enough too.
What are they
guilty.
playing? A round of poker?
Throw him in jail. Throw away the key forever. That's all. Remember, I told you if they could just move to that part, that's what they would do. You know that. I mean, there's only so much of the rule of law that can totally evaporate. Getting done without a jury was not going to be one of them. So they at least had to go through this show trial to get to the part that they really want to get to. They'd rather just be like, North Korea. What did he do? He did. Okay, he's guilty. Throw him in jail for life. Right. That's it. That's it. That's what they want.
Yeah, guilty, and then you have to prove your innocence.
What's the crime? We don't know, and you don't need to know. What's the underlying crime? Where's the mens rea that he knew he was in furtherance of another? Don't worry about it. We're not going to describe it. We're not going to tell you, and the jury's certainly not going to know. Violate every due process clause possible here. Violated the 5th Amendment, violated the 6th Amendment, but it doesn't matter. Because by the time the appeal comes, it'll be after November. And we'll have done our job. Because this is what you do when you play with brass knuckles. You do what you have to do in the moment to get the money. You break the kneecaps, and you worry about the rest of it later.
Yeah, you send the pizza to the house.
Exactly.
Yep.
Just get the money now. Don't worry about the collateral damage. It's like the phone call in Georgia. We need a well, they're not even going to, no, you're not understanding me.
Yeah.
We need this
We
now.
need this now. Hello?
But they don't come back till Tuesday. We don't care. We need this now. You better get them back on Monday.
Exactly. So, I will get more into this outrageous instructions from the judge here. A couple thoughts from a couple different people. But right now, let's do some sports. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell and MyPillow. Slickster, what's going on?
Well, Big D got a nice compliment in the Get a Chat from Genghis Khan. He said, that was a pretty good pansy impression, Damon. Just saying. You like your pansy impression?
Yeah,
very
pansy.
nice.
Got a lot of practice at it.
They pay a lot of attention. Well, let's get to the scoreboard.
I ain't no pansy.
No, nobody said that now. Jenkins just said he liked your impression.
Okay.
Same impression. NHL action tonight. We got Game 4 in Edmonton, Rogers Arena. The series right now, Dallas leading 2-1. Puck drop at 8:30, just a few minutes away. And the Rangers last night had a rough one there with the Florida Panthers. Florida Panthers come back, even the series to 2 games apiece in overtime on the penalty. They did it, and they obviously that's going to be a great series as well. Game 5 will be tomorrow night in Madison Square Garden. I think the winner of that game may be the winner of the series. That's just me predicting. And I think also tonight, if the Stars can win and go up 3-1, they're going to be in good shape here with the Oilers. So NBA action, nothing going on tonight. How about those the Mavericks? They fell to the Timberwolves. Minnesota hung in there, won that game. They just got out of Dodge, but they got out, and they're going back to Minnesota.
Game 5 back in Minnesota.
5, yeah. So it's 3-1. It's never happened before. I told you last night, 154-0. A team down 3-0 in NBA playoff history. So who knows? It has happened in the NHL 2 or 3 times, and you know what they say? There's always a first time, but that's going to be a heavy lift. But Dallas Mavericks, I don't know. They're going to need to close that game out. They're not going to want to have to come back to their court on a Game 6 and try to have to win that. There's going to be a lot of pressure on them with that. So
What's
I think,
let's check the odds here. What's
I mean,
the
they're
odds
playing with house
on,
money right now.
Minnesota's plus 1,500
What does that mean?
to win the NBA championship. So if you bet 100 on them, you get 1,500 back if they were to win the NBA championship, being down 3-1.
And they're 4.5-point favorites tomorrow night as well. Dallas is plus 165 for tomorrow night's game. So the odds makers think that they're going to edge that one out and bring it back to Dallas.
150,000 on a $1,000 bet for them to win the NBA championship. That's pretty
man,
nice.
That's a match. That sounds like a lot of matches.
That's like Slick Rick money.
Ooh, that's
Wow.
big money. That's living large.
Paul Nolan money right there.
Hey, my favorite word to say, Louisville prosecutors drop charges against pro golfer Scotty Scheffler. We know, Damon, you talked earlier, we saw this coming. Warner Todd Houston and Breitbart, a Louisville judge, has dismissed charges against pro golfer Scotty Scheffler, even as more video of his arrest ahead of last week's PGA Championship was released today. Scheffler was arrested early on the morning of Friday, May 17th, outside Valhalla Golf Club in Louisville, Kentucky, when police said he refused orders to stop his vehicle and injured a police officer in the process. Now, we took a look at that video, and we didn't think it was all too terrible, so it looked like that got a little blown out. But, you always listen to the police officers and tell you to stop.
There was another tape on this thing that came out today?
I didn't see it. They said today. Was it?
It was just audio. I think it was just an audio because he couldn't really make anything out video-wise, but the cop was saying to Scotty Scheffler, he skinned his knee or something like that. And I'm thinking, well, we watched that other video. The guy doesn't
fall down.
He doesn't fall down. Where?
I don't know, maybe afterwards. But police officials announced that Scheffler was set to be hit with 3 charges, including felony second-degree assault for allegedly dragging an officer with his car. But on Wednesday, just ahead of the golfer's scheduled court hearing, the Jefferson County officers in Louisville, Kentucky announced that it would not pursue any of the charges, and a judge then dismissed the case. So, end of case, back to the golf course, and Scotty Scheffler can continue with his #1 tour there. That's a wrap, Big D.
All right, live from Studio 6B News with Delgado coming up.
Was that Harry on the wheels?
What'd someone say here? Having Paul Nolan on was like having 2 Delgado conspiracy nuts on the show at the same time.
Oh, yeah. Jim Hayes wants to know, Delgado, what weed strain did you use for your weed torch? This is in the Get It chat.
Yeah.
What was your weed speed? The weed torch. Oh
Jeremy on
I
Facebook
love
says,
my
how's
weed
your day,
torch."
Damon? Well, my day's fine. I talked about it in the opening segment a little bit.
What'd you have for dinner? Anything good? Wing Ding Wednesday.
My wife
Yeah, you
made,
forgot Wing Ding Wednesday, man.
No wing dings.
I know, we didn't get any Wing Ding Wednesday, I know.
Oh, man.
We're going to have Wing Ding Wednesday where we have wings here. We got Pizza Fridays. Taco Tuesday? No, we don't do tacos on Tuesday.
We never eat here anymore except for Friday.
We don't really do any food here.
No. We used to.
Yeah, we used to have chef services all the time.
We used to have a big budget.
Did we? I missed those days. I guess I wasn't here.
We had a big budget.
Did we? No, we didn't. We didn't. No, before you guys, we didn't do any of that either.
No.
Vin was more worried about what he was going to wear on his head for millions of dollars. It's so stupid. I talked to Vin today.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Truth 2B says you guys are all wingdings.
He's
very,
right.
very true.
Man, he's man's right on the head. He hit the wing right on the ding.
Kimberly says, "I love you all. You're the best in news talk." Well, I don't think that's possible.
No.
Yeah, if you get rid of the news part and the talk part, I think you're onto something.
If that's the case, we're in big trouble. News talk's in
take
big
it
trouble.
and run. Take it and run. We'll take whatever compliments we can get. Oh, man.
Did Damon say pizza on Fridays? Yes, Pizza Fridays.
Pizza Friday.
Yeah,
We usually have pizza on Fridays.
Wow.
Usually have a nice
Usually running out there during the breaks.
Sicilian with bacon. That's good stuff.
Going to be nice late pizza Fridays. I like that. Come on.
Maybe we should
Friday.
change it up and do like I don't know.
What?
We do nachos.
Fish fry Fridays.
We do nachos sometimes, but not on Friday.
Monkfish Monday.
Oh, see, Aaron wants
the nachos back.
Nachos.
All right, 30 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Wednesday night, May 29th. Real America's Voice, glad you're in. If you're watching on the Real America's Voice app or on your Apple TV, your Amazon Fire, wherever you are, we're pretty much everywhere. Pluto TV, Dish Network, Samsung TV Plus. Didn't someone tell me they changed the
Yeah,
we're on a different channel now.
the channel now?
1175.
1175 on the Samsung TV Plus, looking pretty good out here.
That's the place to watch it. I love it on Samsung
Iron
Plus.
looks pretty good. We look pretty good there. If you're following on social media at LFS6B, Kick, Facebook, YouTube, X. Where else are we? Forgot one. Rumble, Getter. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, get involved with the stream. It always helps the stream get bigger. If you get involved, at least hit the thumbs up if you can. Doesn't cost you anything. Takes you about 2 seconds. So we appreciate it if you do that. We did some sports. We'll do some more sports. Did I say sports was brought to you by Mike Lindell and MyPillow? I think I forgot to say that.
I think you forgot.
LFS6B is the code to use at checkout for MyPillow. And if you do use our code, send in your receipt, and we'll send you one of our shirts absolutely free. Shirt of the month. Right now is still, I think, as we end May, the Trump 2024 white T-shirt that's behind me. And then starting in June, you'll have the option for whatever the June shirt of the month will be. We have to pick. But we also have the Biden shirt now available for free. I don't want anybody buying the Biden shirt. I mean, obviously, if you want
it's worthless.
Yeah, but don't buy anything with his jackass's name on it.
It's
but
like Biden himself.
Yeah, but we'll send it out for free so that you can wear it and people can laugh at your shirt and go, good shirt, dude. All right, let's do some news. News is brought to you by our friends over at Seven Cells. Rick Delgado's got it. What's going on?
All right. Well, as we all know by now, of course, the Trump hush money trial in New York City, things have wrapped up for the day with deliberations wrapping up around 5 o'clock, I believe.
4:30,
4:30-ish. Jurors in the hush money trial against Donald Trump deliberated for nearly 5 hours today in a historic criminal trial against the former president, but have not reached a verdict. Manhattan Supreme Court Justice Juan Merchan gave the jury instructions in the morning, and the 7-man, 5 women on the panel began weighing the case at around 11:30. He's charged, of course, with 34 counts, blah, blah, blah. We know all this. They were sent home after day one of deliberations. They did request a readback of David Pecker's testimony, Michael Cohen's testimony about the 2015 Trump Tower meeting. Jury began deliberating, of course, and Trump did not speak to the reporters after court as jurors dismissed after lengthy closing arguments. Of course, Donald Trump did come out and lash into things earlier in the day, calling it, of course, a witch hunt after jurors wrapped up. No one knows what the crime is, he said. The former president said outside the courthouse, this is a disgrace. He also made mention that even Mother Teresa couldn't get out of these charges.
Yeah, he was on with Levin in this top of the hour, 7 o'clock hour. He went on Mark Levin's radio show. Of course, it's probably the biggest, well, one of the biggest of 15, 16 million people listening every night. He was on there at 7. I listened to the whole thing. President sounded good. Still sounds like he's got a lot of energy. Obviously spoke about this as much as he could about the New York trial.
Right.
Now, Levin's obviously being a constitutional attorney and brilliant that he is, obviously one of the biggest conservative voices out there. I know some people or whatever think he's past his prime. I don't. His books are, some of the will go down, and the conservative, some of the biggest conservative gems, history-making books ever put out. Liberty and Tyranny, for starters. Talk about seeing what was coming years ago. Hello, as Levin would say. Read that book. You want to talk about what we're living through now? You want to talk about making the case for it back in 2011? Think it was? Well, Liberty and Tyranny would be the thing to read. Amongst many others that he's put out. They've all make the same basic case. And by the way, how about go back to his first one, Men in Black? About the Supreme Court and judges in this country, and look at what we're facing here now in 2024. Who the hell ever thought we'd see this?
Yeah, exactly. Of course, the pundits were out there on CNN. Legal analyst Randy Zellin actually.
I just want to finish because I just want to finish my thought. So the president was on with Levin, and he sounded good, but and this is just me. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. I feel like he's prepared for when he was because what made me think of it is when you said that he said about the Mother Teresa line. He brought it up again to him. He said not even Mother Teresa could beat these charges, Mark. Between the judge, the instructions to the jury. So I almost felt like, of course, the president never gives up. And I'm not saying that he's giving up or capitulating or just expecting that this is going to be a guilty. But I think the president is thinking way past this, what's going on right now.
Right.
Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. He is, as he should be, he is focused on continuing to make the case on what is going on in this world and Joe Biden being a one-man wrecking ball to this country in every way. And that's what at least I heard from him tonight.
Yeah, I know he was also jumped on with Bongino on his show. I guess they did it just after he did Mark Levin. So, and again, he kind of sounds like, and I agree, like, and when you hear it in the Mother Teresa clip, it almost sounds like, all right, I'm going to give them this one. They're going to win this round, so to speak. But
let's hope not, by the way.
Right. But, like they say, sometimes, you prepare for the worst, but you expect the worst, but you hope for the best, but expect the worst, basically. He sounds like he's expecting the worst, but he's already planned for it. So he already knows, okay, he's already kind of made the adjustments to be like, all right, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to have to do this next. This is what's going to happen next, based on, the worst outcome. So that sounds like the genesis behind the Mother Teresa thing.
And again, we'll see. Is there one courageous patriot on that jury that sees this for what it is? I still hold out hope that there is. I hold out hope that, by the way, there's 12.
Supposedly there is one that they've identified. And I don't know how much to read into this.
What does that mean?
By just watching people, watching the jurors coming in and out, they said they've only noticed that one actually has made eye contact with President Trump on occasion. Eyes lit up when J.D. Vance entered the courtroom. Kind of like that kind of stuff. I don't know.
That's like the same people who go, right. They asked the judge for a read back of the Pecker thing. So what does that mean? They all got it, right. He's guilty. Yeah. I mean, it's just
kind of bringing him in.
Nobody knows.
I don't know, but that's some of the observations coming out of the court. The CNN legal analyst on CNN, cut number 12, this is Randy Zellin talking about the prosecution's case and how it fell short. Let's go with this.
Andy, what Michael's getting at is the burden of proof is an important one to remind everyone. It's on the prosecution, right? They need to prove beyond reasonable doubt that Donald Trump broke the law. And you think, after listening to all of this, you think they fell short. How?
They fell way short because let's start with reasonable doubt. What is reasonable doubt? And it's not simply a doubt based upon reason. Anytime a human being needs to make an important decision in life, if you have enough information, for example, doctor says you need open heart surgery. Doc, go ahead and schedule. I don't have a reasonable doubt. Conversely, if I say, I appreciate it, but I need a second opinion, I need more information, that is having a reasonable doubt. There is reasonable doubt all over this case. Where is Keith Schiller? Where is Alan Weisselberg? How did Michael Cohen get away with stealing $30,000? Hold a pity party for him. Made $4 million on this. Thought he'd be chief of staff. He's a fixer. If the plumber comes to my house to fix my leak, I could be home. That doesn't mean I know how he's doing it and what it's taking to be fixed. Stormy Daniels, let's hold a pity party for her. Why do we need to know whether or not the former president wore a condom or not? It's simply about, did the former president know that books, his records, false entries for legal fees? Michael Cohen was his lawyer. Did he intend to cover up the election or to protect his family? It's everywhere.
When Randy gets to whisper tones, I start getting concerned.
Yeah. So there you have it from CNN. So I know there's
I agree with his general premise that it's everywhere, but I have no idea what that analysis was. I mean, I just have no idea what.
Well, I think based on the evidence that they know about, that was revealed in the court, that there's reasonable doubt in everything that was mentioned. Saying, "Oh, this is this was our number one witness, Michael Cohen." That's too much reasonable doubt. He's been proven a liar time and again, and he's got too many things to gain by a guilty verdict. There's a couple polls out there. One poll showing guilty, not guilty, or mistrial. 41% people surveyed, 46,000 plus votes, say not guilty. 36%, 41,000 votes, say guilty, and mistrial 23% at 25,000 or 26,000 votes. That's coming from one of the current polls. There's another poll that shows 62% believe Trump will be found not guilty or a mistrial as well. So you've got that going. And then, of course, you've got...
Who's taking these polls?
Let's see. I found this on Citizens Free Press. And then you've got... I don't know if you saw this, Alina Habba taking on Shannon Bream at Fox. This is cut number 5, where she kind of levels Shannon Bream with the assumption or the with the notion that Joe Biden and the White House and the DOJ are not involved in this case whatsoever. This is cut number 5.
Listen, but the Biden administration's not responsible for this trial.
How can you say the Biden administration's not responsible for this trial?
It's a state trial. It's Alvin Bragg. Whether you think there's a political motive for him, it's not connected to the DOJ. I mean,
Shannon,
the feds passed on these election charges.
Shannon, you should look at how many logs they have of state officials, Letitia James, Fannie Willis, visiting the White House, and then tell me that this is not a Biden trial. I don't care.
Feds pass on this case is the point I'm
You're
making.
right. The feds pass on this case. Also, DA Cy Vance passed on this case, and
years ago, and then it came
back. And Bragg passed on this case. You know when it came back? When he decided to run for office. Mm-hmm. So tell me how that's not an indication that Joe Biden, who just sent his campaign down here with Robert De Niro yesterday, isn't a part of this. Frankly, any question that we had of that was squashed yesterday. And if you have even more concerns about whether he's involved in this, look at the fact that he is literally publicizing for tonight to have a speech if a verdict comes out. That's a sad state of affairs. Meanwhile, our country is falling apart. He's got...
Yeah.
Wow.
There you have...
I mean, what is Shannon Bream talking about? I mean, does she know the last name Colangelo?
No. Yeah, I'm surprised Alina Habba didn't bring that up as well.
I mean, what is she talking about? If you know nothing else, it's just, if you know nothing and you know just that, you'd say, let me think this for a second. I'm going to work for the DOJ, the most powerful organization maybe in the world, in the most powerful country in the world, for an administration that fits my, liking. For Merrick Garland, I'm going to be the number 3 guy at the DOJ. Oh, no. Actually, let me go work for Alvin Bragg instead. And that's not. And there's no motive behind him going there.
Yeah,
he left that to go there just because he wanted to.
Yeah,
come on. What the hell is she talking about? Ay. All right, more news coming up. Almost 400 on Facebook. It's a good number. Make sure you hit the likes, smash the like and subscribe to the channel if you're watching on Facebook. About 1,100 on X. Make sure you subscribe to our LFSXP on X.
We got 375 right now on YouTube.
I was going to say I got 400 or so on Facebook, 365 on Facebook. Make sure you subscribe to the Facebook channel as well. Hit the thumbs up or hit the like button, I think is on Facebook.
370, 371 on Rumble.
If you can share it, please do. Let's go back to the chat. Big D, don't forget about us. I just said YouTube, Tina.
I was just jaw-jacking there.
Christy on Facebook says, listen to you guys every night. Buzzard207 says, hey, Rick D.
Hey, Buzzard. How are you? Where's Buzzard on?
Tommy Viper, more love for YouTube. Tommy Viper, come on.
Where's Buzzard on? YouTube or?
Kathleen, I don't know. It went by too fast. Kathleen74 says, I'm addicted to you guys. I've heard that could happen.
He's on the YouTube.
Watch it on the YouTube. Let's see. Beth says, I'm cooking bacon and eggs after the food discussion. Ooh, that sounds good.
Were we talking about food? Oh, we weren't talking about food.
John, hey, Big D from West Hartford, Connecticut. All right.
You got to make Erin some nachos. She loves the nachos.
Erin does love the nachos, she said.
She does.
Just don't leave them in the fridge for 4 months this time.
Well, I leave them for you guys.
Like
you don't take it home. It's not
what
me.
are you talking about? We got crumb cakes from the Ice Age.
Hey, you want me to break out some crumb cake?
Oh, the crumb cake.
Oh, that was the best ever.
What happened to those sales? Those are gone, huh?
Oh,
no more?
No more. You graduated.
Yeah. Too bad.
Don't have to sell those crap.
Those were good
anymore.
for Thanksgiving. Oh, you're selling us crap, huh? You're pulling those things off on us crap. They were good cakes. I liked them. They were delicious.
I bought 4 or 5
Harry's
of them
in
myself.
the city, Charles. That's why he's not here. Eileen says she loves the banter.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Buzzard at 207. What even is that? Not tomorrow, Friday.
What even is that on Friday?
Yep.
Are you already scheming?
Of course. I already started writing. It's
John Solomon reports
one of our famous Democrats.
Mike Davis today, jury instructions in Trump hush money trial clearly unconstitutional.
That's what I said.
Robert on YouTube says, good idea. Says Damon needs to be able to smoke cigars on set. Oh, man. Tell me how much I wish I could do that. It's one of my motivations to buying our own building for Studio 6B is so that we can. But I need you to buy a lot of T-shirts for that to happen. Buy a lot of My Pillows for that to happen. But no, I would love that.
So I guess we're stuck here.
I'm jealous of my friend Michael Knowles. Because he gets to do that down there at the Daily Wire. I think they're headquartered in Nashville, and they can smoke in there. He's got his own line of cigars now.
Does he?
Which I have to try. Mayflower, I think they're called. Mayflower cigars, and they look great. And most of the things they do are first class, so I can't imagine that they're not great. And I gotta try those. We gotta get him on the show. He's harder to book than, I don't know, impossible. Every time I think I have his person to book him, I call that person. Oh, I'm not his person. He's got new people. He's just getting too big. That's the problem.
He burns through people. He's too big.
Well, I don't know if that's what it is or not.
Well, I mean, he's so busy. He's got people going in different directions. They probably like, I can't do it anymore. And he needs somebody better.
Tobacco stinks and kills, bro. Charles says.
Well, that's a good point.
And he said,
I think he's on
any sentence that
smart.
And bro, I don't know.
Well, bro is a little. Well,
that's a little rough.
That's how he rolls. Get it?
Come on, bro. All right, what are we doing here? 12 minutes till the hour. Let's do some sports. No, do you not want to do sports?
No, I want to do sports.
Well,
I'm just winking about my joke. That's how he rolls.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Rolls. I got it.
You gotta,
There's nothing like a good cigar roller. They can get it for. Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah, but that's it. And a little.
I'd
bourbon,
have one on set right here during the show if I could.
and a little bourbon on the side.
Oh man, little Glenlivet, little Balvenie. Come on.
Yeah,
come on.
It's over. Gasoline on the fire.
All right, Slick. Let's do some sports.
I got fire. You want me to bring my fire? I'll light up your cigar for you.
Yeah, no, I'd like my face and eyebrows the way that. Thanks.
It's enough torture being here every night.
Yeah. You're torturing us every night the way it is. Please.
Shut up.
Let's do some sports. That was a good one, Slick.
No, it wasn't.
Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. Slickster, what's going on?
All right. We got Chiefs Isaiah Buggs accused of animal cruelty in Alabama. Now, I hate this when I see this, but I got to report this. Dylan Gwynn of Breitbart Sports, veteran NFL defender and former Alabama star Isaiah Buggs has been accused of animal cruelty in Tuscaloosa, according to documents obtained by the Tuscaloosa Patch. Civil documents pertaining to the case claim police were alerted to 2 abandoned dogs on a property rented by Buggs. Police reportedly found a pit bull in the screened-in back porch of the property. The authorities claim the animal was found surrounded by feces with no access to food or water.
Ugh.
The other dog, a Rottweiler mix, was found in a cage in direct sunlight with no access to food or water. That stuff gets me. This guy should be
It just infuriates me beyond belief.
Yeah. The report further states that both dogs were severely malnourished, emaciated, and neglected. A neighbor told police that the dogs have been kept on the back porch for at least 10 days. The pit bull has been euthanized. What a shame. The Rottweiler is in the care of the Tuscaloosa County Metro Animal Shelter. Police obtained 2 misdemeanor warrants for second-degree animal cruelty, according to the report. Buggs, a 6th-round pick of the Steelers in 2019, has played for the Raiders and Lions. He is currently under contract with the Chiefs, who won the World Championship. Too bad his property wasn't bugged, and maybe they would have saw it. But what a shame, really. What a sad story. So
jail's too good for someone.
Too
like
good
that.
for him. I remember Michael Vick had some similar issues, although it wasn't neglect of that nature, I don't think. But
It was way worse.
Well, it was way worse.
way worse.
He was fighting the dog.
Yeah.
It's
they weren't
purposeful.
neglected. They were fighting, which is that's just as bad. But this is really, it's unconscionable. And this gentleman really, I mean, the NFL, I like to see how they react to this, because if it was obviously if it was a human life, it's one thing. But you know what? I'm for equality for pets too. You know what I mean? As crazy as it sounds. Hey, dogs, cats, birds. Birds. Come on, it's my life.
Well,
I mean, hey, come on. They're I'm going to say they're people, but man, damn close to it.
Well, they're part of your family.
They damn
Part of
well
your
are,
family.
yeah.
Right? I mean, so just a terrible story. I wanted to get that out there. I got to get one more story, Big D. I want to get in on this one here. This is interesting and a little bittersweet for me. Counterfeit championship rings worth over $1.3 million seized by Cincinnati Customs Border Patrol. Now, for me, it's bittersweet because that's the first time a championship ring has come within anywhere in the area of Cincinnati in over 30 years. So let me get to this story.
And Dallas, too.
And, Dallas, you're right. That'd be 30 years, 30 years this year, actually. Championship rings.
31 after this coming year.
Championship rings have always been treasured and forlonged in items among sports fans and collectors alike. Unfortunately, buying these rings come at a great cost if you can get your hands on one, or in this instance, 345 of them. Third-party retailers often take advantage of this type of merchandise by selling counterfeit championship baseball, football, basketball, and hockey rings at a hefty price, and consumers may not know the difference. Consumers need to be mindful when making online purchases to avoid being scammed. U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers in Cincinnati recently seized a large shipment of counterfeit rings containing 345 rings. In mid-April, officers at the Port of Cincinnati were expecting freight from Asia, the Asian origin, when they discovered a large shipment of counterfeit championship rings. The shipment originated in Hong Kong, and made in Hong Kong, right? And was destined to a small business in the city of Utica, New York. Where else? The rings included team logos from the New York Yankees, the Pittsburgh Steelers, New England Patriots, Golden State Warriors, Chicago Bulls, Pittsburgh Penguins, and New Jersey Devils, to name a few. A total of 345 rings were seized, representing 18 different sports teams. Officers suspected these rings to be counterfeit based on their country of origin, low quality in appearance, and lack of substantial value. All 345 rings were determined to be counterfeit by the Centers of Excellence and Expertise. I'm sure it didn't take that kind of expertise. The agency's trade experts, many manufacturers suggested retail price would have been $1.38 had the shipment of rings been genuine. Our frontline officers at the Port of Cincinnati worked tirelessly to protect consumers from the illicit shipments, said LaFonda Sutton-Burke, Director of Field Operations Chicago. Profits from shipments like this one are often funneled into criminal organizations and return fund their illegal activities. So what a story. But be careful. If you want to buy a championship ring, which is probably the only thing I could do with my teams, you have to make sure they're not counterfeit. So know what you're doing. Go to an expert appraiser. And anyway, great story there to pick that up. Like I said, it's the first time a championship ring has made it to Cincinnati, so I couldn't miss that one. And that's a wrap, Big. D.
Slick, someone on Facebook wanted to know what kind of birds you have. Maybe they're new to the show, so do you want to go over one more time the ones
sure.
you have?
Well, I have a toucan, a toku toucan. I have a black palm cockatoo, which is a very rare bird. They're from Australia. I have 2 hyacinth macaws. They're the largest flying parrots in the world. They're both beautiful bluebirds, like my glasses. And then I have a what do I have? I have an African gray. He's 30 years old, Kramer. And then I have another macaw, a Harlequin macaw, which is a natural hybrid macaw in the wild. It's beautiful. Versace is his name. So, yeah, I have 6 birds in all. 6 birds.
I was going to say, for a total of 6 birds.
6 birds, and that's enough, believe me.
And they're like people. They talk to you and...
Well, they're famous. They have almost 300,000 followers on Instagram. They're very well known. Parrots R Us, like Toys R Us. If you check it out, that's my wife's site, and they're very well known. Big
Parrots R Us, 300,000 followers.
280, 290, somewhere. She's pushing 300. Yeah.
How do we get one of them to should I get some LFS6B merch so we can get the Instagram numbers up?
Kramer watches the show. He watches me on the show every night. My
does?
wife puts him in front of the 80-inch Samsung. He watches it on Samsung TV Plus. Just about every night he watches the show. He's 30 years old. He has a vocabulary of 2,000 words. I'm not kidding. Bird's a genius.
Get him on the phone. I don't believe it.
Kramer does?
Kramer. He's a genius.
He's watching right now?
Kramer's probably watching right now.
Kramer.
He's on his perch.
Does he know his name?
Biden sucks.
Yeah, he
Biden
knows his
sucks.
name. Yes.
Biden sucks, Kramer.
Now, does he take commands from you or from your wife?
Both.
So tell him to do something.
All right.
Well, no, we got to have a camera on the other side, so we can't. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Well,
you can see him online. He's online. He does a lot. He's
online right now.
You know what? He makes.
Is he online watching us right now?
Yeah, he makes like about $1,500, $2,000 a year. He makes a salary. He's VP of marketing for a company in Washington. He does marketing sales for them. Believe it or not, I kid you not. He's amazing.
That's more than we make.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
What kind of budget you got over there?
Hey, can I work for you?
Yeah. You can work for peanuts.
Kramer, Biden sucks. Biden sucks.
Oh, Kramer knows that. Believe me, he's a Trump guy all the way.
Biden is a cracker. Biden wants a cracker.
They're MAGA macaws. We were laughing because what are you doing? Where were you? Oh man!
All right, FaceTime him.
FaceTime
Kramer.
I don't
See if you can get him to
Kramer.
talk.
Kramer, he used to answer our answers. Remember, you had the machines with the cassettes. You'd call my house and you'd hear, "Hello, this is Kramer. Please speak after the beep. Thank you. Bye bye now." And it was in my voice because that's the only species that could actually throw them. People thought it was me. We broke the tape because we had to play it back at least 5 times for somebody before they could process that it really was him. It was such a beautiful pet tape. But yeah, he's probably he lives like a rock star, that guy. And he actually does get paid he gets a salary from this company. It's hysterical.
Diane Hatton says, Slick, are you wearing your watch tonight?
No, I'm not. You know what? I brought my watch home because I wanted to show my family, and I meant to bring it back, but I had a meeting earlier, and I didn't get the chance to. So I'm going to wear it I won't be on the show tomorrow night. I have an event to go to, a big event. So Friday, I will be wearing the watch.
Oh, okay.
I got a nice suit to match, too. Yeah,
You're off tomorrow?
Yes, I told you I have an event at the.
You got a big event.
It's at the airport.
They've got hundreds of people coming in.
Hangarfest, 300 people coming.
Hangarfest.
Oh, big event, yeah.
Are you going to speak?
Yeah, of course.
Are you going to dance?
Are you going to wear something?
I'm the vice president, but I'm going to be.
Have you picked out your outfit?
Yes.
I do. Did you see the host on CNN? She had a pair of beautiful lime green pants. I have that's the suit I bought.
Is it in the calendar?
No, I bought the suit about 6 months ago, but I never wore it. And I figured, it's a good occasion for it. I'll wear that with nice green boots. And I got a brand new turquoise, beautiful, big wide collar. The 70s style is coming back, Big D. I think I brought it back.
Do your parrots have, the birds have merch?
Oh, sure. They have shirts. They have everything. They have T-shirts. Yeah,
Okay.
my wife has a whole business.
They even have a hookup with MyPillow. They'd probably get a better deal than us.
Well, yeah, you know what? They like their feather pillows. Oh man.
What, we have sports tonight? We have anything on?
Yeah, you have the game on with the Dallas Stars in Edmonton, the Rogers Arena.
I think that's a late starting game.
No, it started at 8:30. They're already about halfway through the first period, 3/4 of the way through the first period. There was no score last I looked.
All right, what's going on in the YouTube chat? Slick got some birds. All I have are 2 zebra finches.
Oh, they're nice birds.
That's from Mr. V.
They're nice birds. They're cute.
Someone says we need some story. What is this? We need stories about Delgado's time with Opie and Anthony.
Oh my goodness, that was my cool life.
All right, hour 2, 9 p.m. Real America's Voice on a Wednesday, live from Studio 6B. Glad you're in. Slick Rick's doing sports. Delgado's going to do some news. Aaron and Fran holding it down as always. Harry on the highway and David Zier still in New York City. Covering, of course, the Soviet-style show trial of Donald Trump and, of course, this crooked judge who the instructions today were even more wretched and poisonous than I think any of us could have imagined. And things that just we've never even... I mean, I've followed the discussions on. I mean, people are just like, well, what's going... Wait, what? What is this? Who's ever heard of this? You don't have to be unanimous? You don't have any unanimous... You don't have to be unanimous in the... They don't need to know what the secondary crime is or what makes this a felony. They don't have to be. They can 4 can think this, 4 can think that, and 4 okay, guilty. He's putting them in different groups. I understand. Mark Levin says tonight, my legal advice to President Trump's attorneys, and I noticed that he doesn't bring any of this up when he has the president on. He just lets the president speak, which, by the way, is why he's a great interviewer. He asks some simple, basic questions and lets the person speak, which is always nice. Doesn't try to prove how smart he is, doesn't try to outsmart him, doesn't try to get cute, doesn't try to just ask questions and then shut the hell up and get out of the way and let the man speak. But he says tonight on social media, and bringing up what we said about this judge's instructions in the due process clause, comparing it to what happened in 2000 in Florida, Bush v. Gore. In Bush v. Gore, the United States Supreme Court interceded in the Florida Supreme Court's deliberations because that court was changing the Florida voting system on the fly, thereby violating the equal protection rights of the Florida voters. That is, the state court was establishing new standards for resolving a presidential election. This Manhattan trial court has done worse. It has taken up a case in which there is exclusive federal jurisdiction involving the Federal Elections Campaign Act, despite the fact that the federal agencies with the actual authority over enforcing federal campaign laws, the Federal Election Commission and the Southern District of New York U.S. Attorney's Office, have all declined to bring these charges, where this judge is conflicted. His daughter's raising tens of millions of dollars on behalf of her Democrat Party clients, where collateral evidence has been left out and has no probative value. The amount that he's let in, the ones that counted, he wouldn't let out, like the defense witness, where the elements of the supposed federal offense were never articulated by the state or the court, the imposition of the gag order on the defendant, who is the Republican nominee for president, in the midst of a federal campaign for president, and so forth. Moreover, the state court could have easily avoided influencing and interfering with the federal presidential election merely by setting a later time for the case, if the court actually believed it somehow had any merit. After all, the state waited years to bring this case. Therefore, there is not only a federal constitutional equal protection violation in that the state trial court has purposefully interposed itself into the federal presidential election without authority or jurisdiction, but has also violated the federal constitutionally protected due process rights of the future Republican nominee for president. Furthermore, the voters are to determine the federal election outcome without the interference of a state court attempting to influence the results, just like what was happening in Florida at the time of Bush v. Gore. If President Trump is found guilty of any of the 34 charges, I would strongly encourage his attorneys to seek an emergency appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court based at least in significant part on Bush v. Gore. So there you have a little bit from Levin tonight.
And remember, he had that post yesterday as well from the other attorney, right?
Yep.
About, an immediate appeal to the Supreme Court as well.
And as he said tonight on his radio show, and he's on the move, Levin, with all of this, of course, we need his voice and his brain because he's smarter than everybody else. When it comes to this stuff, he spent 40 years fighting constitutional issues. Not only by himself, not only on radio talking to millions of people every night, but obviously at Landmark Legal Foundation, which he founded and fought many, argued in front of the Supreme Court, was chief of staff to Attorney General Edward Meese. So this is no lightweight legal analyst on Fox or MSNBC commenting on this stuff. This is somebody who knows what's going on. Knows what's going on. He knows he's forgotten more than most of these guys on TV talking about it will ever know. So, and he says today, if you're going to just be a witness to history, you're going to lose. Especially when it's this kind of history being made. We need to be fighting back. Be part of it. Can't just sit back and watch it. So he's continually putting this stuff out there. I'm sure he's in touch. I hope he's in touch with Trump's people. And, Will Scharf, to me, seems like I'm sure he's paying attention, as I don't know much about what Alina Habba does or anybody else. And the guy who I really liked is not on the team anymore. What's his name? I can't remember his name right now. But Will Scharf, I think, is just fantastic. I'm assuming they're aware of all of these ideas. I would certainly hope they are. Now, Jonathan Turley tonight, who's been watching this and commenting on it, and it just, again, I don't know that he's any fan of Trump at all, or that he's ever made it known, or that it matters, by the way. But he's never seen anything like this. If you've been following his commentary, but he makes the point tonight, which is probably the broader correct point, which is the Trump jury has this case, but doesn't really matter because it seems like this thing's already been put in the can, given this judge, in the way he has framed the deliberations. He says he's framed these deliberations in a way that seems less like jury deliberations, more like a canned hunt. And he says, for many of us, this Trump trial has seemed otherworldly. A vaguely familiar proceeding where common elements of a trial seem to be flipped. Even before the jury instructions today. The trial was controversial for both liberal and conservative commentators. At the start of closing arguments, most honest observers were still wondering what the hell the prosecutors were alleging as to the crime that Trump was allegedly concealing with the falsification of business records. Then came the closing arguments. Around the country, it's standard for the government to go first with a closing, allowing the defense to respond. The government is then given the privilege of a rebuttal after the defense rests. In New York, the defense must go first, giving the government free rein over its closing with no risk of contradiction from the defense. With the exception of objections, any abusive or improper arguments are left for the judge to address. And we know, of course, what's happened there. Every damn thing that they've objected to has been overruled by this guy. In the case of Mershon, that protection was all but absent as the prosecution engaged in flagrant violations, from offering testimony on unestablished facts to directly contradicting prior instructions. In one of the most egregious moments, prosecutor Steinglass told the jury that it is an established fact that Michael Cohen committed a federal election law violation on the direct orders of Donald Trump. Merchant had repeatedly said that Cohen's earlier plea could not be used to imply the guilt of Trump. Yet he overruled the objection, and Steinglass proceeded, as he did earlier in the trial, to repeat that false statement over and over. The judge did nothing, as Steinglass told the jury that Hope Hicks cried in court because she knew that she had destroyed Trump's defense. Meanwhile, Hicks has never explained why she was crying. Merchant did nothing, as Steinglass falsely told the jury that the media and political campaigns do not do what Trump did in seeking to kill and plant stories. Of course, this ignores the fact that the Clinton campaign did precisely that, repeatedly in the very same election, including with the false Russia collusion allegations. It was only when Steinglass repeatedly instructed the jury on the law that the judge finally sustained an objection at the end of the closing arguments. So going into the deliberations today, the court allowed the jury to be told repeatedly that there were federal campaign violations committed by Trump, which is not true. Putting aside that the federal government found no basis to impose a civil fine, let alone bring these criminal charges before, he barred a legal expert who could have shown that no such violation occurred. That'd be Brad Smith. The jury does not know this. Instead, the judge allowed them to be repeatedly told a false fact that could make it difficult for anyone on that jury to acquit. However, the instructions then went in for the kill, and he turned the jury deliberations into a canned hunt. Consider just a few highlights from what the judge did today. He ruled that the jury does not have to agree on what actually occurred in the case. The judge ruled that the government had vaguely referenced 3 possible crimes that constitute the unlawful means, quote unquote, used to influence the election: a federal election violation, the falsification of the business records, and a tax violation. The jurors were then told they could split on what occurred, with 4 jurors accepting each of the 3 possible crimes in a 4-4-4 split. The judge would still consider that a unanimous verdict so long as they agree that it was in furtherance of some crime. Secondly, the judge today said that he would instruct the jury on the law, but then omitted key elements that established there was no federal campaign violation. Again, this is what Smith would have torpedoed if he was allowed. Of course, the jury does not know that the former chair of the Federal Elections Commission was not allowed to testify, so they don't know that. Thirdly, not only can the jury disagree on what occurred, but one of the 3 crimes is so circular as to produce vertigo in the jury room. A dead misdemeanor they've brought back to life by claiming a violation under New York election law 17-152, in furtherance of another crime that nobody knows what it is. Just outrageous on every level.
It's now 2-2. Holy moly. All right, we're live in the chat.
Hello, chat.
Is Kramer going to FaceTime us?
No, I'm too busy.
Let's see how many. Let's go on YouTube here.
I'll get
for a
him on
second.
one night.
See how many likes we have.
I'll bring him up.
179 likes with 400 and something people watching. That's what, 25%?
Come on, man.
Come on, hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. 400 people watching, 180 likes. We've got to get that up. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do on YouTube. Really does help. Really does help.
I'm going to jump back on Rumble. They're still bashing Fox News over on Rumble.
Oh, yeah, really? Oh, yeah. Why not?
Oh, they're right.
Hey, absolutely. Should be watching Real America's Voice. Where else can you get
Lady
Harry
Boo,
on the highway?
I'm watching Lady Boo.
Get Harry on the highway. Where else can you get Harry? Come on. Good game here. Look at this. Edmonton just tied it up. It was 2-0.
It was 2-0,
They
and
just
now it's 2-2.
exploded in the last 2 minutes. Wow. This is another series. I think that Rangers series might be going 7, Rick. Hate to do that to you, but
Oh, there's a penalty.
Damon looks like an aged Bart Simpson.
that's funny.
That's a good one.
An aged Bart Simpson. It's better than looking like an aged Charlie Brown, right?
Yeah.
You got any Carville clips tonight?
Not tonight.
I got to start watching it. I got to start listening to
That guy's fired up.
He's always cursing.
He used to be so. When him and Mary would go on Imus, he was really good. He is so off the reservation now. It's
Oh, geez.
All right, 17 past the hour. Let's do some sports. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell and MyPillow. Use our code LFS6B at checkout, and if you do use it, it'll save you 50% off all the great stuff from Lindell, whether you're looking for towels, slippers, shoes, mattresses, mattress toppers, all the great stuff that Lindell has. Use our promo code at checkout, and then send us your receipt. Send it to lfs6b@yahoo.com. Just forward it to us, your MyPillow confirmation email that you'll get from Mike when you place your order. Forward that to us, and then we'll send you our shirt of the month absolutely free. Just tell us your size. It's only one color this month, white. So, but if there is a color, you could choose your color too, but not this month. But just give us your size, and we'll send it out. Slick Rick, what's going on in sports?
All right, Big D. Well, watching this game there, Western Conference Finals out in Edmonton, the old Rogers Arena there. The Oilers were down 2-0 to Dallas in this game 4. It's trailing the series 2-1, and they've rebounded and tied it at 2 with 2 minutes to go in the first. So 4 goals scored in the first period. And if you've been watching the NHL playoffs, not a lot of goals are getting scored. So this is already off to a roaring start. I think it's going to be a long night, so we'll keep track, and I'll give you another update before the end of the night. No action in the NBA. We have the Mavericks going to Minnesota to take on the Timberwolves tomorrow night in a pivotal Game 5 where they lead the series 3-1. That'd be the Dallas Mavericks. And then we're going to look to close that series out. That's an 8:30 tip-off again tomorrow night in Minnesota, the Target Center. And MLB, let's get to some scores real quick. The Rays over the A's. Got a nice ring to it, right? 3-2, top of the 8th. The Nationals over the Braves, 5-2, top 7. Bottom 5, Brewers taking it to the Cubs, 7-4. Royals down in the Twins, 6-1. And the top of the 7th, the Blue Jays blanking the White Sox 3-0, bottom 6. Bottom 2nd, Guardians and Rockies tied at 2. Earlier today, we have some finals. The Tigers 8-0 over the Pirates. Cardinals 5-3 over the Reds. Like I told you, those championship rings still a long way away. Rangers over the Diamondbacks 6-1. Pirates 10-2 as they topple the Tigers. The Phillies pound the Giants 6-1 earlier today. Dodgers, mauled the Mets 10-3. Marlins pounded the Padres 9-1, and Orioles 6-1 over the Red Sox. So yeah, a couple of major league scores there. Let's see, big deal. We'll get to another quick story here. We got some. We got a couple of different stories here. We'll talk about Iga Swiatek. Let's get a little tennis in there. Iga Swiatek and Naomi Osaka have opposite reactions to crowd following epic Open French match. Victor Barbosa of Yardbarker. World number one Iga Swiatek defeated four-time Grand Slam victor Naomi Osaka in an epic three-set match during the second round of the French Open on Wednesday. Swiatek battled back from both match point and a 5-2 hole in the decisive third set to avoid an upset and pull off a 7-6, 1-6, 7-5 decision. Following the contest, the four-time major winners had completely opposite reactions to how the crowd behaved during the competition. You know those French, right? They get a little spicy. Swiatek, who is from Poland, is a three-time and reigning French Open champion, winning the event in 2020, 2022, and 23. Her other major title came in the 2022 U.S. Open. Osaka was born in Japan, but moved to Long Island during her early childhood. The 26-year-old sandwiched her first and third Grand Slam singles in 2018. Osaka's near upset on Wednesday came less than 1 year after giving birth and just 5 months into her comeback victory from maternity leave. According to AP Press, ESPN, and Reuters report, the pair of superstars played for nearly 3 hours as rain loudly pelted the outside of the closed roof of Court Philippe Pichotter. Per the report, the rain forced performance of 23 single matches until Thursday. The report added that a riveted, if hardly full crowd alternated their support between the two players. They're flip-flopping the old frogman, huh, Big D? Interesting. Chair umpire Orla Torre addressed the crowd on multiple occasions after the spectators called out before a point was done numerous times. So getting a little rowdy in France, eh, Rick? Let's see what happens. And that's a wrap in sports, Big D. You want to get a little tennis in there. We haven't had much to talk about in the tennis world, and that's a wrap.
All right, Slick, very good. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell and MyPillow. Let's do some news. News is brought to you by our friends over at 7 Cells, 7cells.com. Great stuff for your health, for your skin. They've got good stuff. Check them out. 10% off. LFS6B is the promo code to use at checkout. Rick Delgado, what's going on?
All right. Well, kind of an interesting story coming out of it has to do with driving and Zoom. I don't know if you heard about this story, Damon.
Oh, this doesn't involve the guy from CNN, I hope, at all.
No, luckily it doesn't. This story comes out of Michigan.
Driving and Zoom with him in the car could be woof.
No, a Michigan judge was astonished when a man busted for driving with a suspended license came to his or chimed in on his hearing through a Zoom call while he was driving a car. Corey Harris, 44, popped up on the screen behind the wheel of Washtenaw County Judge Cedric Simpson flashed a dumbfounded facial expression just last week. Mr. Harris, are you driving? Simpson asked. Simpson casually confessed that he is. If you don't believe it, check this out. Again, this is a guy driving with a suspended license going to the trial for the, I guess, chiming in. They were doing it through Zoom for the suspended license while driving. See it for yourself. Here's cut number 10.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Tate for Mr. Harris, who should be present via Zoom.
So he chimes in.
Mr. Harris,
on the court
are you
hearing.
Driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
Great.
Yes, he's actually driving.
What is this, traffic?
You stationary?
I'm pulling in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
All right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting an adjournment in this matter, up possibly 2 to 4 weeks if the court would allow.
So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And he was just driving.
Wow.
And he didn't have a license.
Wow.
That is with the charges, Your Honor, yes.
No, I'm looking at his
Yes.
record. He doesn't have a license.
Right.
He's suspended and he's just driving.
Yes.
That is correct, Your Honor.
He's a shifty cat. Wow.
Does he work for the Biden administration?
He must.
I don't even know why he would do that. So defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant is to turn himself into the Washtenaw County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
Watch this guy's face.
God. I mean,
it's like, come on.
Yeah, you're right. He might work for the Biden administration. You hit the nail on the head with that, Big D.
You jump into a Zoom call to answer a charge of driving with a suspended license while you jump into the Zoom call driving with a suspended license. And then you're surprised by the outcome?
That is beyond dumb.
I don't know.
Tough to explain that one.
Yeah. I'm just glad we didn't see the judge kind of you know how we've seen in these liberal big cities. I guess that judge is not having any of that nonsense, which is good to see that there are some cities out there that still, actually go by the rule of law. Speaking of law, of course, the Trump trial in Manhattan today, a bunch of people were showing up for the trial. One of those people, David Zier, of course, Harry on the Highway was there. We had the Real America's Voice crew on hand, as well as Ben Bergquam was on hand. Did you see Ben Bergquam in there?
Yes.
Ben Bergquam was saying hello to people, and one of the people he ran into was No Joy Reid, and he got to ask her a few questions. This is cut number 2. Check this out for yourself if you haven't seen it.
Come on, Ben.
Joy, just wondering, do you think people with Trump derangement syndrome know they have it?
You're an idiot.
And second question, did you steal Trump's haircut or did he steal yours? Cultural appropriation haircut right there. She didn't like that too much. Joy Reid, everybody.
Okay.
Trump derangement syndrome.
Let's go over the
full swing. And then the team, Real America's Voice. Andrew Giuliani, we got Cassandra heading in. And my brother David Zier in the house. And you, God bless you. How you doing?
That's the nicest guy.
Let's go.
He's the nicest guy, which is
let's go over the real magical part of that. The magical part of that whole thing is when she answers the first one with "you're an idiot," and the way he slides into question 2 as if it doesn't matter what she said.
Yeah,
that is the best part of that video. Yeah, is after her answer 1.
That was beautiful.
And getting the Trump hair question.
Yeah, that was good. And he's on point with that, too.
Yeah. All right.
Fran, here's what I'm thinking here during the break. I don't know if we can get it done. Let's just Skype Harry Oates to see if he answers. Harry and David are in the city. I'm assuming partying or doing who knows what.
Really?
I gotta change everything over.
They have all the fun.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
No, forget it. I thought we could. I thought we could just Skype at any time.
We were onto something here.
Not if I don't want to pay attention to what's happening with all the audience.
Can you?
Okay. No, forget it.
Can you just FaceTime?
Yeah, I'll do it from my phone.
You should also get ready to do the reads we forgot last segment.
I have them up. I realized that as soon as the music hit.
So did I.
All right, let me see. Let's see if he answers. You don't you answer, friend. Oh, now it says it's offline.
Never answer. Hey, thanks for calling. I don't think Harry's ever answered a phone call in all the years. Hey, you still seeing that guy?
He didn't answer.
No, I told you, he never answers his phone.
Well, actually, it just kind of rang once and then it was like shut down.
He fired you right out.
Yeah, I just opened it. You're calling me.
He just fired you.
No, it'll call him too.
He has another Skype ID as well.
He's got a secret one.
No, he's not answering. Oh. End call. All right.
All right, Harry. Maybe we'll
that was a good idea. Right down the crapper.
Trust me, he won't call you back.
I tried all 3. He didn't answer on any of them.
Nope. See, Fran's on it too. The man does not answer his phone. Hey, thanks for calling.
No, he's 3
busy.
margaritas deep, probably.
He's busy. He's with the great. What about the great David Zier? Would he?
I think they scored their own. Oh, that's a replay. I was thinking.
Yeah,
I think they scored their own goal there.
I bet you David Zier would pick up the phone.
I don't have his.
Okay, because he'd pick it up. Especially with.
I don't have his Skype.
Oh, too bad. Text Harry. What's David's Skype? You wouldn't answer that either.
What are we doing here?
You got reads.
Oh, I'm
We
reading.
got reads, and
then I'm going to give it to you to do news.
Yes.
This is the long COVID segment.
What? The hell's he talking about?
He's got the long COVID. The long COVID. This is our long segment. Wayne Gretzky. Greatest to ever do it in my book.
Damon, the commercial from last night was a promo for LFSXB. Yes, I've heard, Richard. I haven't seen it yet, but people have told me. I always sound like the blues. What are you laughing at, Aaron? Sounds like the blues on a Wednesday night. Let me talk to you about our friends from My Patriot Supply. Another day, another breaking news story buried. Yeah, that's right. The mainstream media, they don't want you to know. They'd rather talk about anything else than what's really going on. It's not because they don't know what's happening. Media pundits and talking heads just don't want you paying attention. The real stories? No, you can't hear from them. You have to look beyond the headlines. You know the truth is being covered up. Prepare for what will come with My Patriot Supply. Since 2008, My Patriot Supply has helped millions of Americans get ready for the worst. Today, their best-selling 3-month emergency food kits are flying off the shelves. You can get yours right now at preparewithrav.com. Preparewithrav.com. The food kit offers over 2,000 calories every day. Plus, with an ultra-durable 4-layer packaging, it lasts up to 25 years in storage. Order all the kits you need right now, $200 off each one, free shipping included. You've been warned about what can happen. Don't live in fear. Take back control of your future right now. Be prepared, because it isn't just about food, it's about freedom. Stock up on food right now. My Patriot Supply. Go to preparewithrav.com. 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 Listen, this month we're going to celebrate Father's Day. And of course, I'm sure a lot of you are reminded of your own dads when you think about it. They were strong men of value. They went to church, had family dinners, honored their flag. These are the values that shaped your home. Your dads taught you to stand up for your beliefs, cherish your loved ones, and appreciate your freedoms. This Father's Day, find the perfect way to honor your dad's legacy with an AMAC membership. AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens, champions the values that I'm sure your father instilled in you: faith, family, and freedom. AMAC.us/Studio 6B. AMAC.us/Studio 6B. By joining AMAC, you support an organization that fights for these principles. For June, you can get a 2-year membership. Is this right? A 2-year membership for just $16.
Wow.
A 2-year membership for just $16. 2 years for the price of one. Join thousands of others, proud AMAC members. Do it today. AMAC.us/Studio 6B. Celebrate Father's Day by standing up for what your dad believed in. AMAC.us/Studio 6B. Go do it today. 2 years, $16. I take my daughter to Starbucks to get one of these foo-foo coffee drinks. It costs more than that.
Are you kidding me? Oh, my God. With the lavender
at this point, I just have to record her on the phone and then just play it out the window because I can't remember it. I need this lemonade with light ice and this and cold foam and cream and no this
lemonade,
and
Here's
like what happened to give me a large coffee and that's it.
Here's the chocolate milk.
Then we got to have this and now
you don't even like Starbucks coffee. It's too
nah,
strong.
it's too strong for me. So.
Strong? You don't like strong coffee?
No, I can't. No. Come on.
I guess they were right about you.
33 past the hour, live from Studio 6B.
He does a good pansy, though, I'll tell you that.
I know. What'd you say?
I said, you do a good pansy, though. I'll tell you that.
Probably his favorite flower, too.
Yeah, of course.
What are we doing right now?
The usual.
Sports?
No, we're not doing sports.
We did sports.
Last segment.
Yes.
Well, we're going to do news, but now I don't like Delgado anymore, so I don't want to do this.
Oh, now? What changed?
People actually really think I don't like Delgado. They send me emails all the time about me picking on Delgado. I don't even know how to respond anymore.
Yeah.
I know. I keep sending you those emails and you don't respond.
You guys are buddies. You hang out all the time. You go to lunch every day. I know.
Oh, my God. It's like, well, come on, people. What are you watching here? It's a show.
That's right.
All right, let's do the news with Mr. Blowtorch himself, Rick Delgado.
All right,
what's going on?
Well, speaking of blowtorches, let's go right to the White House, shall we? Or should we head over to the View as the White House was visited?
Go to the View.
As the White House visited the View today, First Lady Jill Biden. Yeah, she's out on display. Warns the View that we will lose all of our rights if Trump gets another SCOTUS judge, among other things.
Oh, sure.
Yes, she's
more importantly, she's gonna be thinking about what she's doing with him past this next November.
Goodness. Oh, can you see all the
cleaning oatmeal off of his shirt every day is probably not on her list of things she's looking forward to.
Wiping his old ass. Anyhow, what did I say? I shouldn't say old. Is that an old thing? I shouldn't say that. Anyhow, here's cut number 6, and we're talking about Jill Biden on The View. Here she is, cut number 6, talking about the debates, because the debates are coming up in just a few weeks.
Yeah.
And, of course, she's very into the debates, and she's very happy about the guide rails. Here she is on cut 6. Go.
All right, here we go.
I happen to believe it's really important, more than ever, to have a debate with guardrails. What is the strategy that the president has going into this? Any tips you'd have for a debate that we could pull off where we could actually hear our candidates?
They've built that in where they're going to turn off those mics so that somebody can't ramble or scream at somebody. Not that my husband would be the one doing that.
Never.
And so that's already been negotiated.
You can't put a subject and a predicate together.
American people deserve a debate because you need to see your choices. You need to see Trump and you need to see the president.
Please.
And you need to see the differences.
I can't take it anymore.
And my husband.
I can't take the voice. I can't take it.
She's kind of annoying.
I just can't take it.
She is annoying. Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, don't worry, because she wasn't done. There's more, Damon. Do you want to see some more? Of course you do.
Yeah.
Here's Jill Biden talking about how the Supreme Court in cut number 7 is going to be filled with Republicans, and we just can't have that. Here's cut 7.
Can you imagine if we put any more Republicans on the Supreme Court? No. We will lose all of our rights.
All of our rights.
I think that's what my mother-in-law watches.
Of course.
That took 5 seconds too long.
Man.
Well, this one you're going to want to hear because she's talking about turning the polls around here.
Okay.
In this next clip. And this is very important because this is going to be a battle of good versus evil, Damon, when it comes to this election. So pay attention. Here is cut number 8.
But consistently, we're seeing pull.
Oh, come on now.
What else? All right, now we can play that one.
All right, play that.
But consistently, we're seeing poll after poll that are showing Trump beating your husband outside of the margin of error, when in fact, last time in 2020, Joe Biden was beating him in nearly every poll. How do you turn those numbers around with 5 months out? And are you fearful of what a second Trump term could look like?
Or a third, as Donald Trump says. So we are going to meet people where they are. We're going to go to college campuses. We're going to go to just every state that we can get into. I've been traveling every single day. Joe has been traveling as much as possible. And we're not going to take anything for granted. And those polls are going to turn. I'm confident of it because as time goes on and as people start to focus a little bit more about what's at stake.
I just can't. Please go away.
She goes on to say it's going to be a choice between good and evil. But there was one part there.
We know. And we know that. That's absolutely right. Yeah. You're absolutely right on that. And we know which side is which.
Yes.
Thank you for reminding us.
But here's the part that caught my attention, and it's little slips like this that kind of clue you in as to maybe give you a little behind the scenes as to what's going on. When she says Joe has been traveling, listen to her slip up.
Joe has been traveling as much as possible. Joe has been traveling as much as possible. Joe has been traveling as much as possible.
It's almost like she meant to say as much as he
physically can is what she wanted to say.
Because he's hanging out with Nancy.
Because he's drooling on himself half the day, and we can't shoot him up with drugs that many times to travel every day. We know what she wants to say. It's no surprise to any of us. We know exactly where this guy, what's going on here. Everybody knows whether they're going to vote for it or against it. That's the only thing we need to find out.
Yeah, and it becomes painfully obvious that he's not going to be doing as much traveling as she is because between climbing up and down the stairs out of Air Force One and the helicopters and stumbling across lawns and trying to find his way to his next appearance, things are going to be tough for the old decrepit bag of bones. because all that traveling is really going to take its toll even more so. So be prepared to see more shocking images coming out of the White House.
I didn't watch it today, but I downloaded it to prep it for Crazy Town. We'll have tomorrow. But he gave a speech today that, man, I mean, I guess it's no surprise like any other speech, but really just off the rails. He said something today about, could you imagine if it was black people who stormed the Capitol on January 6th, what Donald Trump would have done or something like that? Like, I don't know what in the hell he's trying to insinuate. This guy, the race baiter of all race baiters, maybe other than Al Sharpton, a guy with a history of being a racist more than anyone else we know, is going to give us his thoughts on what Trump would have done if black people were the ones who stormed the Capitol. He said something stupid. What else is new?
Well, here he is. Speaking of his stupidness, cut number 11. Here's Joe Biden when asked if he's going to serve his full 4-year term or hand it over to Vice President Harris if he wins. Check this out, cut number 11.
President Biden, will you be serving your full 4-year term or handing over power to Vice President Harris? All 4 years or handing over? I can't hear you. Could you approach?
Speaking of falling on his head, that's the guy right there that falls on his head.
Notice that he didn't answer. He just tried to make light of the guy. Are you okay? He says, "Did you fall on your head?" Like it's that, you know. We all detest the media, but their job is to ask questions. He didn't answer the question. I noticed that.
You didn't do that.
Nope.
You are correct. Hey,
because we know we know that. I mean, come on. Hello.
So
look at this guy.
So you believe that he's not going to make it? You just shot a hole in your argument there, damn it.
I believe he'll live 4 more years.
Well, he might. We don't know. We don't know his real health.
No, we don't know his real health. We don't know yours or mine or anyone's.
Exactly.
We might make it 4 more minutes.
I'm pretty healthy.
But
yeah, physically.
I don't wish death upon the guy. I mean, but nobody thinks he could serve 4 more years. I mean, no one thinks he's serving now and knows what the hell's going on. He's certainly not going to go 4 more years, and we're all going to act like, yeah, he's really sharp. He's really got our back, and he's dealing with these world leaders, and we don't think that now. And then I listened to President Trump tonight on Levin, and he's as sharp as a tack.
Unbelievable.
As sharp as a tack. Energy, sharp, no stopping, mumbling, bumbling, nothing like the media makes him out to be. Nothing. The difference the difference will be on display at the end of the month, June 20, whatever it is, 27th.
Yeah, but Jill Biden also said in one of those clips that we blew her up that, President Trump, he has trouble putting 2 sentences together. I think she was projecting a little bit.
I mean, come on. Stop me, please. Tell that to Not So Sunny Hostin, but don't try to run that up the flagpole with us. All right, we'll wrap it up when we get back, live from Studio 6B on a Wednesday night.
But They beat them, in the playoffs, en route in the East. You're right, but I didn't anticipate them being as good as they are. They're a sharp team. And Bobrovsky's a pretty.
The real Bruce Lee says he's on Team Chemtrails with you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Of course he is, because he knows. He knows. Go ahead. You could say it, Dan. You can jump on the train. Plenty of room in the bar car.
I'll jump in front of the train before I'll jump on the train with you guys.
Plenty of room in the bar car. Grab yourself a nice scotch. And relax.
You have zero chance of winning. Well, can we make a note of all of the bets that I have with Delgado that he thinks he's going to win?
How many do we have? I don't even know.
There's got to be 2 or 3, now.
There's 2, right? What's the other
Biden
one?
which obviously is Biden is the big one. Him and Slick and Zier on the chemtrails against me, Solomon Roberts' team. What's the other one?
It's not a team. He doesn't.
Of course, it's a team. What do you mean?
He's not really friends with you.
What are you talking about?
Oh, John.
What's the other one? Yeah, there's other ones too.
There's another one, right?
There's like 2 or 3.
Right.
No, all political things. Like he thought that he already lost a couple. He thought President Trump was going to get captured or sent home or home. Yeah, he already lost that one.
Yeah, I admit
loser.
That one. That's okay.
He's got a bunch of other ones too.
I came out with a theory like a day and a half beforehand. Because it popped into my head.
He thinks there's going to be no election. He thinks that's possible.
Well,
so
that's
definitely possible.
Losing that one too, obviously.
They've already done that in Ukraine. They use the same people. Why can't they do that?
So
here?
that's 2 or 3. He's already lost 1. He's got 2 pending. We know the big one. There's another one too. I can't think of another bigger one.
Is there?
Yeah.
What does it have to do with?
I don't know.
Everything.
Some crazy notion you had. I can't remember what.
Which day?
Harry's going to buy pizza. That's a crazy notion.
I don't know. Maybe some in the chat will remember.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
People in the Rumble chat. Frederick Leather.
Oh,
someone in the Rumble chat is spamming.
Yeah,
his name's not Buzzard, is it?
YouTube stuff. Jamita 6351.
All right. The Rumble chat doesn't come up for me on what's it called, so that's why I don't see it.
Frederick Leathers.
I saw one in the Facebook chat and got rid of it.
Frederick Leathers.
B-Wag also says we're going to win. Slick.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I see
on the Biden one.
Biden's not. They're not running him. They are not.
All right, 13 to the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Wednesday night. Glad you're in. Chat's been great tonight. Again, if you're watching us on our YouTube, our X, Facebook, Kick, wherever you're watching, make sure you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. I can't tell you how important it is for you to like and subscribe. Build the numbers, gets the show out there, gets the message out there. So whatever you're watching on, make sure you're a subscriber to that platform. We'll do a little more sports and news before we wrap it up on a Wednesday. Let's do sports. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell and MyPillow. Use our code LFS6B at checkout. Great savings, great stuff. Plus, you get our shirt of the month free. All you have to do is forward your receipt to LFS6B at yahoo.com right there on your screen. Slickster, what's going on?
All right, Big D. NHL Game 4 out in Edmonton. 2-2, 4 minutes into the second period. Score is tied up. And, Edmonton Oilers are looking to obviously even the series while Dallas wants to take a 3-1 commanding lead back to Dallas and try to close this out to play the winner of the Florida Panthers New York Rangers conference final games. So they're really hot action there. That series is tied at 2 after Florida bounced back and won that game in overtime. So, wow, it's really getting down to the wire. NBA, like I told you earlier, we got Dallas traveling to Minnesota to take on the Timberwolves tomorrow night, 8:30 tip-off at the Target Center. I'll have all full reports when I come back on the show Friday night. I got one quick story, Big D. This is a good one. I'll tell you. Talk about par for the divorce. Rory McIlroy signed divorce papers during tournament. He won, report says. Woods. McElroy also used the lawyer
Jeez,
Tiger
what
Woods
does that tell you?
during his. I tell you about.
Signs the papers, goes out and wins.
Well, there you go. This is Ryan Morrick. He's what's a load off my back, right? Rory McIlroy and his wife Erica Stoll filed for divorce earlier this month after 7 years of marriage, and apparently it helped him get a win. Reports of the divorce spread during the week of the PGA Championship, but the papers were reportedly signed the week prior. According to the Belfast Telegraph, in McIlroy's home country of Northern Ireland, the four-time major winner signed the divorce papers on May 9th, the first day of the Wells Fargo Championship, which he won by 5 strokes. He digitally signed them just hours after shooting a 4-under 68. The outlet reports that a private investigator served the papers to Stoll at their home in Jupiter, Florida, the following Monday, less than 24 hours after McIlroy won at Quail Hollow. McIlroy filed the papers through the same attorney who represented Tiger Woods during his divorce with Ian Nordgren, and McIlroy apparently wrote that the marriage was irretrievably broken. He is looking to enforce the prenup, and they signed a month before their April 2017 wedding, and a joint custody of their 3-year-old daughter, which, that's where it always is a problem, with the kids. U.S. Weekly said Stoll was lonely in their marriage, and 4-time major champion was a hard person to be married to due to his playing career. The two were living very different lives from the last 2 years, with him being on the road, and eventually she had a breaking point, according to the outlet. So that's pretty interesting, huh? Big D, right on the sign it right up in the clubhouse, I guess, right after with a cognac. Crazy. That's tough, man.
That's tough.
Marriage means a little bit more than that, I would think. But old Roy, we've had our suspicions of him over the years. But that's a wrap in sports, Big D.
All right, Slick, very good. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. LFS6B is the code to use at checkout. Let's do some final news. News is brought to you by 7 Cells, and here with that is Rick Delgado. What's going on, Delgado?
All right. Well, from your quote-unquote friend, just the news, John Solomon's site.
Wait. Slow down.
What?
What do you mean, quote-unquote? What's those for?
Well, it's acquaintance, really.
What? What are you talking about?
The guy who keeps texting me saying he's on board.
The guy who's on my team?
Yeah, he keeps texting me.
He's not texting you.
Yes,
he doesn't have your number. I wouldn't give it to him.
Yes, he does. He got it from Ben.
He has standards.
Anyhow, from his site, Just the News, Justice Department investigated conservative Moms for Liberty in the same manner as they do the KKK, according to this. Internal emails appear to show that the DOJ pressured local officials at times to accept their help, including using emails from DOJ.gov accounts to allegedly pester them when they did not show interests. The Justice Department appeared to investigate the conservative parental rights group in the same manner that it investigated the Ku Klux Klan, according to a report out earlier today. The DOJ's Community Relations Service monitored the group. Why would they monitor a group of parental rights? I don't know. Oh, that's right. We know who's in charge. Moms for Liberty, alongside certain racist emblems such as like a noose, a Confederate flag, and a swastika, the same tactic they used when monitoring the KKK and the Oath Keepers, according to internal emails obtained by the Daily Wire. Community Relations Service says its role is preventing and responding to community tensions and hate crimes, bias, bullying, and discrimination. One way it monitored Moms for Liberty was through Nexus, Lexus, and Google Alerts. The internal emails appeared to show that the DOJ pressured local officials at times to accept their help, even when they weren't interested, including by using emails from DOJ.gov accounts that allegedly they used to pester them. One such example was when DOJ CRS conciliation specialist Hannah Levine emailed school board officials in Roanoke County to offer her assistance. CRS, it says here, is aware of ongoing community tensions in Roanoke County following the release of new model policies for transgender students. I'd like to connect to see if we might be able to offer support and services as you work to manage conflict within the community related to this. The DOJ refuses to comment on the purpose of this monitoring, including whether the organization engaged in any hate crimes. They say we reject the notion that advocating for parental rights and the well-being of children is the act of hate, and we call the Department of Justice to clarify its position on this matter, according to Moms for Liberty co-founder Tiffany Justice. So there you have it. The police state that we've always been warned about is truly in effect thanks to the Biden administration.
So I'm on just scrolling through social media, and I see this tweet on X, or this, whatever we call him now on X. This guy says, I don't know who this guy is. My gut feeling is, one, if Trump is acquitted or a hung jury, Dems must replace Biden or lose. It's too big a victory for Trump to overcome. If Trump is convicted, GOP must replace Trump or lose. Independents won't vote for a felon, even if MAGA believes the case is bogus.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that either.
I don't agree with that.
I think
GOP
most people
must replace Trump or lose if he's convicted. It doesn't change one single vote.
Nope.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Not one. And quite frankly, it may actually bring in more independents.
That's what I was just thinking.
Because they say, listen, just like that guy I read, I can't remember who he is, some big lefty who said, I could not like this guy. As a matter of fact, I could really dislike this guy, not want him anywhere near the White House. And in the same breath, also know that what is happening to him from the other political party is you-know-what, crazy. And he's not the only one that's out there that thinks that. So I don't... That, by the way, that's what the left is banking on. The second part of his tweet is actually... They're hoping that the second part's actually correct.
Right. Who wrote that tweet? Was that Nikki Haley?
No, just some guy. Right. Peter, somebody or other.
Anyhow, Bill Maher had another bout with clarity, believe it or not, when talking about liberals and liberal ideas. Let's finish out the news with this clip from Bill Maher, cut number 1. Check this out.
So I'm going to call it out wherever I see it. I mean, there are things that have to do with, gender and race and free speech and just ideas about, you can be healthy at any weight, and gender is always a social construct, and maybe we should give communism another try, and maybe we should get rid of capitalism and the border patrol, and let's tear down statues of Lincoln and get rid of the police. Just, no. It's not that I've gotten old, it's that your ideas are stupid. Okay?
So there you have it.
There you go.
Calling out the modern liberal.
All right, as always, we salute our military, active and active police, firefighters, first responders, EMTs, everybody on the front lines. Thanks, everybody on the show. Aaron, Frank, great job as always. Let's pray for President Trump and what tomorrow will bring. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll be here to report on it tomorrow night, live from Studio 6B. We'll see you then.